Sophia's life had always been a battle. At 26 years old, she had already faced more challenges than most could imagine. Raised in the outskirts of Maplewood Hills, a small town in the interior of Tennessee, by a hard-working single mother, she grew up hearing that she would need to fight for what she wanted. The world didn't smile upon black women like her. Fate seemed determined to keep her trapped in a routine of closed doors and unattainable dreams. Determined to change her reality, Sophia grabbed every opportunity with both hands. That's how, at 25, she left Maplewood Hills in search of work in Nashville. After months of getting by with temporary jobs and living in cramped rooms, she landed what seemed like her big break: a job as a housemaid in the mansion of Ethan Montgomery, one of the city's wealthiest and most influential businessmen. Ethan Montgomery was a name that carried power. Heir to one of the state's largest construction companies, he was the kind of man everyone admired, or feared. At 38 years old, Ethan had everything money could buy: luxurious mansions, sports, cars, and a life surrounded by parties and influential people. But behind the facade of success, there was something Sophia quickly noticed. Despite his charm and confidence, Ethan was a lonely man. He had never been seriously involved with anyone, preferring his freedom over any emotional commitment. This vulnerability was the opening Sophia planned to exploit. The first months at the mansion were marked by careful observation. Sophia knew that to gain a foothold, she had to be impeccable. She avoided unnecessary attention, but also knew how to stand out in small ways: a polite smile, a quick gesture to help Ethan when he needed something, a comment that showcased her intelligence. Ethan noticed her for the first time during one of his parties. Sophia was serving drinks when she felt his gaze on her. Even in her simple uniform, there was something about her demeanor that intrigued him. Sophia noticed the exact moment he began to see her differently. From then on, her every move was calculated. In the following weeks, she started to build a connection with him. She didn't offer obvious compliments, but dropped subtle comments about how she admired his determination and intelligence. Ethan, accustomed to exaggerated flattery, found himself curious about Sophia's apparent sincerity. The relationship began to shift when Ethan invited her to an unexpected moment: a glass of wine on the mansion's balcony, while the rest of the house was silent. Sophia knew this was the opportunity she had been waiting for. They talked about trivial matters, but she could see Ethan relaxing. The atmosphere between them was light yet charged with possibilities. Months passed, and Sophia and Ethan's relationship grew closer. He began trusting her in ways he didn't trust anyone else. Amid parties and business meetings, Ethan found in Sophia a kind of companionship that made him feel at ease. She was discreet, attentive, and always knew the right thing to say. Sophia, for her part, remained focused on her goal. She wasn't looking for love. She wanted stability. Gradually, their casual encounters became more intimate, and the plan she had carefully crafted seemed to be working perfectly. When she discovered she was pregnant, Sophia believed she had achieved what she wanted. With Ethan's child, she could secure a stable future for herself and the baby. But Ethan's reaction to the news made her feel as though the ground had disappeared beneath her feet. "I can't have children, Sophia," he said, his tone chillingly calm. Sophia froze. Ethan explained, emotionless, that he had undergone surgery years ago to ensure it could never happen. At first, she thought he was lying. But when she looked into his eyes, she realized it was true. If Ethan wasn't the father, then who was? Before her involvement with Ethan, Sophia had had a brief relationship with Adam Scott, the mansion's security guard. Adam was a simple man, as humble in origin as she was. Always kind and helpful, he had grown close to Sophia in a moment of vulnerability. They had shared a few nights together, but Sophia quickly pushed Adam out of her thoughts. To her, he was just a temporary consolation before she focused on the plan that would change her life. Now, holding the positive pregnancy test, Adam's face flooded her mind. The child could only be his. Ethan, however, had a secret of his own. "You think I didn't know what you were doing?" he said, his tone calm. "I knew you were trying to manipulate me from the start." Sophia felt the weight of his words like a blow. Ethan had known about her plan all along. He had let her proceed, watching her every move like a player waiting for the right moment to turn the game. "I just wanted to see how far you would go," Ethan continued. "But now things will be done my way." His words put her on edge. Ethan hadn't lost control. On the contrary, he was in a position of power, and Sophia realized that any misstep could be disastrous. While Sophia tried to figure out Ethan's next move, Adam began to grow suspicious. He noticed the changes in her fatigue, her frequent absences, her hesitation to talk to him. One afternoon in the mansion's garden, Adam confronted her. "This child is mine, isn't it?" he asked bluntly. Sophia tried to deny it, but the panic in her eyes gave away the truth. Adam was furious. "You were going to hide this from me? Pretend I didn't exist?" Sophia tried to explain, but her words felt hollow. "Adam, I just wanted to secure a future for my child." Adam was unmoved. He was determined to fight for his right to be a father. The situation reached its peak when Adam stormed into Ethan's office to reveal the truth. "The child Sophia is expecting is mine," he declared. Ethan stared at him with cold disdain. "Do you really think you can challenge me?" Adam didn't back down. "I won't let you steal my child." Ethan laughed, but the threat in his tone was unmistakable. "I can destroy you and make sure no one even remembers your name." Sophia watched, unable to intervene. She had lost control of the situation, and now the two men were deciding her fate. After the confrontation, Ethan made an offer. "You can stay here, pretend the child is mine, and have everything you've ever wanted. But if you betray me again, I'll destroy you." Adam, on the other hand, was ready to fight. "I'll take responsibility for my child, Sophia. I won't give up." Sophia knew that any decision would have consequences. Accepting Ethan's deal meant stability, but also submission. Running away with Adam seemed honest, but would put her safety at risk. The next morning, she walked into the office where Ethan and Adam were waiting for her. With a firm voice, she said, "I choose." Months later, Sophia's life was completely different. Her choice had defined not only her future, but also that of the child she carried. And although she didn't know what the future held, one thing was certain. Every decision came with a price, and she was ready to pay hers.